Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second part of our match reaction of Manchester United 0, Manchester City 2. So we've lost another semi-final, 4 on the trot. It's disappointing, but my point of view, before I get to you, Abdul, is I'm not even mad. Not even mad. It was, for me, City pose a unique threat because of the unusual tactics that they come around with. And I think the only way we would have even had a chance today, funnily enough, I know it's nice to say in hindsight, but seeing that the amount of possession they had with 6 midfielders, their pass and move, you know, the grafters that we had in the midfield were just getting bypassed. We needed to flood the midfield. We needed like the 3-5-2. We needed the 5-man midfield to, you know, there was too much space for them. But anyway, I will break down my analysis, you know, later on in the show, but I'll give you the opportunity to go. What was your take on it?
I've just watched the fan cam that was hosted by
global
Harris,
fan cam,
the global fan cam, which is a fantastic innovation from the Redflex, by the way. With me, I think I've always got a balanced approach. I've not jumped on this 21 train at any point. I've not said that United are the best team or United are the worst team in the world. I think we are where we are, and if Man City are in full flow, and I'm trying to play free-flowing football like they do, the way they play, just like you said, Usman, I don't think there's anyone in Europe who can kind of coexist with that type of football. Never mind Man United at this point, where we're not in the kind of upper echelons of European football at the moment anyway.
Yeah, I mean, in a one-off game, I believe City can beat anyone. I agree with that. The fact that the title thing that you said, no, I don't think that this one loss takes me away from our ability to win the title. If we had to play City 38 times to win the title, then I'd say yes, it's impossible for us to win the title. But the fact is, we don't have to play City 38 times. There are other teams on a one-off basis that can beat City or hold City to a draw, which we've seen already this season. We just need other teams to do their bit, or City to have an off day or whatever. So I still think we're firmly in this race. Yeah, City were better than us on the day. I agree with that. But like I said, the title race is not just two teams facing each other. It's, you know, the team facing the other 19. So I'm all right with, I've got no issue with that at all. I still firmly believe we're in the title race. I don't think we are amazing in terms of personnel. I still think that we are a few players short. I'm going to come to that. But where do you think it was won and lost? I think it's pretty obvious, but where do you think it was won and lost today?
Yeah, I mean, this is not something I would probably say a lot about Man City, but at the back, those two centre-backs were awesome in this game today. John Stones, he had a great game. So I think Man City were defensively great, but also, as you said, midfield was completely packed out, and the actual type of plays we had were never going to keep the ball anyway. The type of plays we had in the middle were always
big. That was the problem.
All three of them are always types of players who like to play that pass, who like to try to take a risk, or maybe don't have enough quality on the ball to keep it. So Man City were always
quality on the ball for me. Quality on the ball for me is the problem.
So
you're right.
So is for me, those three that were in the middle was not the right choice. Paul Pogba was sent out on the left-hand side. I don't know why he plays there, to be fair. And also Donny van de Beek came on 86th minute. I think that was kind of, I think the global fan cam version went through that quite a bit. But for me, that was a embarrassing moment for Donny van de Beek. He shouldn't have been brought on 86 minutes. He's not going to do anything. Why has he been brought on?
Yeah, I agree with that, but I think there's always that little chance he's that player who can do something. If he was involved in a goal straight away in the 86th minute, would you bet against United piling forward? You don't know, but anyway, I'm not. I said, I'm not. I don't even care. I don't even care about that. That's not my issue. You said that City's defense was great. I think they were made to look great because Martial had a stinker.
Martial was shocking. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Martial had a stinker. Yeah. had Edison Cavani been there, I think you wouldn't be having this conversation about City's defense being amazing.
Rashford on the right, also him being on the right hand side is a complete waste. He is obviously one of our best players. He should be playing in his preferred position so he can make the maximum impact. And we're not getting that on the right. It's like there's no point having him. We're going to play him on the right.
I disagree. I still think Rashford can do a job on the right. I just think that the Man City passed us to death. I think they broke our spirit within 20-25 minutes. Our players have been playing relentless amount of games over the Christmas period. I just think that relentless chasing, it just caught up with us. And once you're tired, the quality just goes out the window. So that's what I thought. I thought the quality had just gone because
4 days off we had.
Shadows.
We had 4 days off.
No, but it's a culmination. It's a culmination of, look, we did very well over the Christmas period.
A lot of players over the Christmas period. A lot of players have been rested.
I still think that when we've never played a team that has passed us to death like Man City, where we've had to chase shadows. I think a lot of previous games are wide players. Like even in the previous game, Pogba and Rashford didn't have to do as much running off the ball against obviously weaker opposition. So I think it's a culmination of a lot of things. I think in hindsight, it's nice to say that the tactics were wrong. I still believe that the 3-5-2, I understand people saying, oh, why do you need 3 at the back when they haven't even got a striker? I just think that it gives more license for the midfielders to push forward, knowing that the cover is there. That's what I feel about it. Anyway, let's go. We've got quite a lot of comments. So I'm going to quickly get through them. MZ says, United have cost my sleep tonight, not just you. How we got famous. Lindelof is not good enough. Wan-Bissaka cost us the 2nd goal. Midfield non-existent. Martial, championship level striker. I think that's a bit harsh on Martial. He did have a very, very poor game. But I think, like I said, the midfield was poor. He didn't get much. And the stuff that he did get was, he didn't really do anything. Lindelof, I don't think. I don't know if Bailly would have made a
blame him for anything, to be honest.
I don't think as well. I don't think that playing Bailly would have made any difference. The fact that everyone says, oh, Bailly's a bit stronger, he would have ran a little, we could have played a higher line. No, we wouldn't have played a higher line because all 6 City midfielders run off the ball incisively. So we would have stayed back because we would have been too scared of that threat anyway, because of Harry Maguire anyway. If we had 2 fast centre-backs, yes. But Bailly, you don't think would have made a difference. MZ, again, we thrashed Burnley 5-0, then we talk about the title race. Yeah, like I said, it's not over for me. Bruno's worst game. Was it his worst game? I think he was trying his best.
That's kind of a par performance for Bruno. Just one thing I was missing was he didn't give an assist or didn't score. That's how he normally plays, I think.
Yeah, I think it was just par for the course for him. Solskjaer's cost us the game with tactical naivety and poor team selection. I disagree. I think tactically he should have switched it, knowing that City were overrunning us in midfield. I think the switch to a different formation should have been made earlier. I think that would have been made different. Changing personnel, I don't know. City's defense hasn't been a problem all season. They just weren't scoring goals, which they are doing now. Again, some of their goals, it was just, I don't think they were quality. I don't think they were amazing goals from City. I just think we just lacked that focus for certain odd periods, which we tend to do, especially on set pieces. 2 set pieces cost us again. So what about performances? I know a lot of people have said Bruno's worst game, Solskjaer's cost us, Lindelof. In the comments, I'm just reading Wan-Bissaka. Who were your guys that you were disappointed with?
Worst players?
Yeah.
I think it's hard to kind of pinpoint a worst player. I mean, other than, for me, I think Martial was horrendous up front. First touch was abysmal.
Yeah.
As soon as he got the ball, he didn't look confident enough to do anything with it. As soon as he got the ball, nothing happened. Our attacks just kind of petered out from that point. I think this is one of the things that me and Kasim discussed in the Big Red debate was, if it was just Tony Martial on his own, would United be in the title race? Certainly not, because this is what he gives you. There's a game where he might give you 8 out of 10. There's another game he might give you 1 or 2 out of 10. That's just him. So that's why we need that other option as well.
Yeah, going back to obviously a lot of comments about the title race. I think people need to give up with us chasing Liverpool. I think everyone is chasing Man City. After seeing that performance, I think Man City are definitely the team to beat. I mean, if they're able to maintain the current form, obviously they've got players to come back in. I think they're who will take the title at the end of the season, barring obviously miracle from us or capitulation from them. But yeah, it is what it is. For me, worst players. I mean, your favorite, I think, Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
I don't think it was any worse than a lot of other players, so I'm not going to mention him. I'm going to be fair to him on this occasion.
I think the fact that the problem with Aaron Wan-Bissaka for me today was the fact that he's very uncomfortable on the ball.
Yeah,
was highlighted very much so today. Because when he gets the ball,
he's under the press. When he gets pressed, he's useless.
Yeah. He's not press resistant in the slightest. When under pressure, he's not great. He's not even great when he's got no pressure. But under pressure, he doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, the midfield didn't really help him, give him much options.
Glad
but
to
he's
see
not
you on board
comfortable on the ball
now.
No, I know his flaws. But to be fair, I'll give him some credit that Sterling was so scared of him, he didn't even play on the left today. He played on the right. Yeah. So Sterling knew he didn't want that smoke at all. There was a lot of talk in the previous fan cam about Luke Shaw. I'm going to give you my opinion in a minute. How did you think Luke Shaw played today?
I think he was all right. I mean, he didn't do anything magical for me. I think he was okay. Better than maybe a lot of other players. That's probably why he might have stood out as a better performer. I think he did okay. He had a bit of determination, a bit of drive, I guess, and a lot of other players did not. That's why maybe some other fans did think he had a good game. But
did you think he had a good game?
I think he was average. For Luke Shaw, he was average. But if you see Luke Shaw in this particular game, he was good compared to everybody else.
I think the only reason I'm going to say it straight, I think Luke Shaw was poor. The reason why I say Luke Shaw is poor because City, the way the game panned out, he had a lot of the ball, which made it look like he was doing a lot. But with the amount of possession he had, he didn't do anything with it really, other than just pop it to the side or pop it down the line.
Yeah,
he provides nothing.
He's never going to do anything. Yeah.
Personally, seeing the amount of space and time City let him have, whether it was their right side, their tactically wasn't as great because normally on the right, it's sort of Kevin De Bruyne, right of the three, he goes roaming. So that pocket of space was always going to be open. I think Telles would have done a lot more with it. And that would have been my substitution. The fact that you're seeing that your left back's getting so much of the ball, even just throwing some crosses in just to see what happens. You know, you don't know. A little ricochet here, a little, head it out, shot in the box sort of thing. I would have liked to have seen that tactical change. That's why I probably would have, again, another reason why I would have leaned towards the 5 at the back, because that would have unleashed it. We couldn't keep up with City's fullbacks. Their fullbacks were everywhere. They pressed our team back, even our forwards back. That's why we lost the game. And had we had the 5 at the back, our fullbacks would have been able to put more impression on the game, which they've done previously against City, and we've won. So I thought that was pretty poor, but it is what it is now going forward. So for me, I don't think, if you're going to ask me best players, I don't think I really have one, to be fair. Maguire did a bit. But again, I think he was at fault for the goal, to be fair.
First goal definitely was his fault. Yeah. He was completely ball watching. So
yeah,
if you're a
he
top
always
defender,
does that.
If you're a top defender, you do not do that.
The ball across the box.
You anticipate that the ball's going to come to you. You move and you make sure you clear it.
Ball across the box for Maguire, he's not going near it. I don't know whether he's too scared of an own goal or what he's doing, but he is just watching it go past him. Reacts very late, and Luke Shaw lost his man. So I don't know where the good performance from Luke Shaw is coming from. I think he was as guilty as Maguire in that situation. So MZ disagrees.
Well.
Yeah. He says, Shaw and Maguire were our best defenders today, and he wasn't playing with a natural left winger. Give him credit, man. Now I can't give him credit at all, because the amount of space and the ball, like I said, he was at fault for the goal. So that ends his man of the match performance for me anyway. And the fact that he had so much of the ball, he was popping it left and right, but there was Telles would have got so much more crosses in. Whether that would have made a difference, I don't know. But I would have liked to have seen.
Not with Tony Martial, the way he was playing.
But the thing is, you don't know. Like, you don't know. You have to get the ball in the box to know.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not getting the ball in the box, you're never going to score. So City,
it's like,
if you see
De Bruyne, if you don't shoot, you don't score. Yeah,
you don't shoot, you don't score. So if you're not getting the ball in the box, you're not going to score. Like, City's favourite weapon is De Bruyne swinging out to the right hand side and just popping a cross in and just to see what happens. Like, he's the cross specialist. You know what I mean? Double tap square, and he is
able to cross though. He has got a good cross.
He is able to cross.
We haven't got many good crosses. That's the problem.
So tell us. So why don't you play him in this situation?
Yeah, he wasn't on the pitch.
Yeah, exactly. So tactically, that was the thing. I mean, who's this Kasim?
Oh, here we go.
Here. He is.
I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't do anything. I had to get involved, boys. Apologies.
Yeah, but it is what it is. So I don't know if you disagree with any of our points. Have you got anything to add?
First thing, I'm not going to sleep tonight. It's been so good.
I'm not even that mad.
Yeah,
like it doesn't affect our title.
It's not the worst result in the world.
It doesn't affect our title at all. We're not going to play City 19 times.
You know what it is? Being a United fan, it's been really enjoyable. Like the last few weeks, everything's going our way. Klopp's, got in for us. But this was like, if we beat City today, would have like proved and silenced critics in terms of we belong where we are. But obviously, reality checks happen.
We've beaten them before, and that's not meant anything at all.
Yeah, the thing is,
the way that
a league game. The thing is, if this was a league game and we lost it, you'd be so much more upset. Yes or no?
No, definitely. It's just the way we lost. I think Solskjaer didn't help our cause by some of the selections he made. Lindelof over Bailly cost us the game.
I don't think so.
Even if you get something wrong, like maybe he did. You had 5 subs. Why not make use of those subs?
You should have changed it. You should have changed it.
During the game, you need to have some sort of flexibility in your formation, in your tactics, depending on how the other team's playing, and that's not something that he does. He always makes very late substitutions, which have no impact.
Yeah,
if you think about half time, you know that at half time something wasn't right. He didn't do nothing about it. Midfield non-existent, no tackles, no press, no nothing. Martial,
nicey football from everyone. That's all it is.
The thing is, this just shows. I think this highlights. Sorry to butt in there. I think it highlights that we are 2 midfield players away from challenging. I would have liked to have seen Donny. I agree with the Donny talk. He's very careful with possession, and the little possession we did have, he would have probably helped. But for me, I know this is completely off topic, but someone like Jack Grealish, who gets the ball and drives, who can run with the ball and make a little space for himself.
Tim Sherwood, haven't you?
No, I haven't. I don't watch him. I don't watch failed managers. Yeah, I watch.
Is your sound on your phone? I can hear.
Yeah, there's a little bit of echo. Yeah. So for me, a Jack Grealish and maybe a defensive midfielder that we can rely on alone would be the one for me. Was it you that said you should have been playing Matic?
I think it was.
I think whoever said play Matic, I disagree 100%. Matic too slow. The way City were passing, moving it, he would have not even got a sniff. He wouldn't even had a touch of the ball, as far as I'm concerned.
Matic usually plays, and then he goes very deep, and then usually plays as a third centre back, which allows the 2 fullbacks to go forward a little bit more. So that's probably why.
There you go. The 3-5-2, the 3-5-2.
That's what it ends up being. That's where it ends up being if you see him on the pitch.
Yeah, dominate midfield. So again, I think hindsight, wonderful thing, but again, let's just bring it back to the season. I think we've discussed a lot about this match. Like I said, I'm not too fussed about this match. I understand that it's upsetting. The Solskjaer talk, Abdul, do you think that it's shown that he's not the man? I think there was MZ previously in the Global Fan Cam said that he's not the man to take us forward. What's your thoughts because of his semi-final performances?
I think it's very harsh to say that, because I think where you judge how well a team's done this season is in the kind of league campaign. I think wasn't it Jurgen Klopp who lost X number of matches, X number of kind of cup finals or finals? 9, I think it was. Yeah, 9. Did that make him a rubbish manager? Definitely not.
I'm on board with you.
Something that you learn from, and from where we were before he joined now to considering where we are right now, I don't think we can say he's not the right man, because our league form and our current league position, we could go top of the league. Although that doesn't mean much at this point, it shows, the only thing it's going to show is we are making some significant progress.
Yeah, I'd rather we get the poor performance, get the loss out of the way in a cup that doesn't really matter than lose against Burnley, to be honest. And as for Solskjaer, his semi-final performances, 2 of those semi-finals, the 4 that everyone's talking about that we lost in a row, were against Man City. Eventual winners probably will be this year and the season then. I don't think any team would be upset if they'd lost 2 semi-finals to Man City. The other one was Sevilla, was it? Who were eventual winners?
That was a game we should have won. That was a game we should have won.
Yeah, it is a game we should have won, but seasoned, year in, year out, winners of the
European
League.
Yeah, they're very good in Europe.
Again,
Yeah.
so the only one I could probably say is the Chelsea one. I think individual error cost us there, but really, we were in
second-string
form.
team as well, to be fair.
Yeah, second-string team. We were pushing for 4th, whatever. So the City thing. So there is mitigating circumstances for all. But I agree, out of the 4, maybe we should have pushed through 1. But again, when you break it down like that, does it seem as bad?
I think in the grand scheme of things, you're right. Losing the Carabao Cup isn't the end of the world. But I think today, you could call it unfair to get a conclusion from one isolated game. But today made me feel like, at times, and I mentioned it in the global fan cam, that Solskjaer has shown that he's too loyal at times. And I don't think, or he maybe needs to improve being a little bit more ruthless at times. I still think he's too loyal to players like Lindelof. He's too loyal to players like Wan-Bissaka, McTominay and Fred. Obviously, they've worked a majority of the times, but it doesn't mean it's going to work all the time. So I think those kind of questions still linger. But overall, it's not the end of the world. And it's still a good season. But he's shown a little bit of tactical naivety today. And I think he's just let the game go by without actually doing anything at all. So I think that's something that is a concern.
Yeah, I agree with that. That changes probably could have been made. But I think that the quality of personnel on the pitch, like other than Donny van de Beek coming into midfield for one of the midfielders, we didn't have that, ball playing, comfortable on the ball, comfortable on the press. We don't have that player. We don't have it. Even Bruno's not too clever when it comes to the press. Maybe Pogba, but we don't have that quality or caliber of player. So other than a complete overhaul of the formation, going back to the 5, but then had he lost the game with 5 at the back, everyone's like, "Oh, why did you play 5 when you've been winning with 4?" So
I think we've played our best football this season with 4 at the back.
Yeah, no, we have. So we've lost.
But we've
now,
beaten City most of the times with 5, though. From what I remember.
But then again, the thing is, he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. So if we've lost with our preferred formation, so to speak. If we'd gone with 5 and we'd still lost, it would have been, "Oh, why didn't you play 4 at the back?" So I've sympathised with Ollie because he's got a very tough job, and obviously we're very demanding of him. He's got us in this position, which we're very thankful of. But going forward, I'd rather take this loss now instead of and take a win against Liverpool. What say you?
Absolutely, take it right now. Yeah. Like, beating Liverpool, I am desperate to beat Liverpool. Like, I can't explain to you how much we need to beat them just so, with everything going on, us being in the title race, Klopp, losing it a little bit. You'd rather take a win against Liverpool than City today. Yeah, I'd agree. So, yeah.
So, let's look forward to Saturday. I think it's going to be an overhaul. Abdul, what do you think?
Yeah, just in regards to that Liverpool point, I think it's important that we do actually try to play football at Anfield, and we actually try to put them under pressure. This could be our best chance to win at Anfield because they are not in the best of form. After a defeat, we normally have a defeat, which is quite a disappointing defeat, we normally kind of step up for the next 2-3 games after that. So we do normally have a reaction. So this could be our best chance to win at Anfield, and that's something that's important for us. That'll be a significant milestone for us. We can compete and win at Anfield. in regards to the Watford game, I think there'll be wholesale changes, very similar to what we saw at Everton. I think that's very likely to happen. So all the players that were on the bench, I think, come on, they're the ones who are going to play.
One thing I just want to add as well.
Yeah.
I found it a little bit strange that there's an idea where if you play City, for example, I just want to focus on that again, that, oh, you need to stay deep, you need to stay compact to beat them. That's true, but that doesn't mean you stop playing football. I thought the mentality was wrong in terms of like how we approached it. You can be defensive, you can play 5 at the back, you can play 4 at the back, but you can still be attacking at the right opportunities. And we didn't show that today. We was just so that nobody tackled. We were just so laid back, so in defensive mode that we didn't even look to attack or even have that approach to attack at any point in the game.
Yeah, and even when we did try to, as soon as the ball gone to Tony Martial, that was the end of the attack. He was pathetic.
For me, the fact that they had 6 midfielders who were all very comfortable on the ball, loved to pass and move, loved to make runs, I think that was the end of it for us. I would have rather they gone with their usual, had a sort of striker up front, tried to channel all the thing into there, because that I think we would have been better off, because I think Maguire and Lindelof would have got rid of any aerial threat easily, because all their players are really small. It's the fact this quick pass and move, we're not made for this. Not today anyway. Not with this formation, not with the players that were on the pitch
Man
today.
United as well normally struggle against Spanish opposition, which is very similar to the way Man City play as well. So they kind of like to keep the ball, a lot of movement off the ball. That's why United don't do well against these teams.
Yeah, because we don't have the personnel. We have a lot of grafters. We have a lot of grafters. We don't have quality on the ball. So for me, the transfer window, I think this game is we've given ourselves an early marker as to what we're lacking in the transfer window, whether we can get possibly 2 or 3 that we need to change us into a team which we can comfortably compete with City every single time is difficult in the January transfer window. But I think one of the holes that we have need to be plugged ASAP going forward. But we've talked quite a lot about this game. Everyone's really disappointed. I think we'll leave it there unless either of you have got anything to say.
No, not really. I think this show combined with the global fan cam, I think we've probably covered every single avenue now at this point.
Yeah, we've talked a lot. But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you like the stream before you go. Obviously, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want more content from us away from YouTube, you can catch us on the Redflex on Twitter and Instagram as well. And obviously, we stream live on Twitch. So if you're a fan of watching Abdul destroy every opponent, Abdul and Qasim destroy every opponent that comes to them. I haven't seen the latest one.
Has it?
Oh, has it not been? I've not seen it recently.
Not when it's been me and Cass anyway.
I'm sure you bought a copy recently, Lucy. I'm sure you might be.
I'm in training. I'm not ready yet. So we might have to have a.
I think we need to start a one-on-one league
versus each other. Yeah, the one-on-one. Yeah. So if you want to see us compete against each other, let us know if that's something you want to see. That'll be live on Twitch, and we've got some new content coming towards Instagram. If you want to see us do live streams while the match is on, that's something we're thinking about as well. So if you want to see that, let us know in the comments as well. But thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be back for the pre-game for Watford, obviously post-match and every other game this season. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching the Redflex. We'll see you again.